Hello friends, I'm Parvez and today I'm going to show you how you can create a nice employee application in PyQt5. Basically the main purpose of this video is that how you can use from QListWidgets in PyQt5 and this is the simple application that we are going to use and for example I have a QListWidget, I have some buttons, also have icon and title, window title. For example, if you want to add a new employee, I'm going to add, for example, Bob. And if I click on OK, now you can see Bob is added. And for example, if you want to add another employee like this, you can see another employee is added, John Doe. Also, you can edit. For example, I want to edit the John Doe to, for example, my name. And you can see the list widget is edited. And also, you can remove, for example, I want to remove this a particular row, you can simply remove, and in here I am receiving input dialog message box that do you want to remove employee Bob. If I click on yes, now it's deleted, and if I click on no, the row will not be deleted. Also, you can bring for example, if you want to bring this name in the this name in the app, you can have this name. You can see now it's in here. Also, you can bring this and down. You can bring in every place you want. It's in down. Also, you can sort this. For example, it's not sorted. If I click on sort, now it's sorted. Also, you can close your application. Okay. Now for this, for the main design of the application, I'm using Qt Creator. If you have Qt Designer, you can use that. If you have Qt Creator, you can use that. If you don't know that how you can install Qt Designer, I will add the link to the video description. You can watch that video and you can simply install the Qt Designer and design your application. Now I'm going to create a new file or project, widget application. Basically, this Qt Creator is used for making C++ GUI applications, but we are not using C++. We are using Python, and we just need our the main UI, the user interface file. Now I'm going to click on choose. I call it employee. Next, next. I'm going to choose Q dialog. Next and finish. Okay, now it's created. This is C++ codes. We don't need to touch these codes. I'm going to just open the UI file. And I make it bigger, the UI file. Now I'm going to add a QListWidget in here. QListWidget. Also, I need some push buttons. Push buttons. I need 7 push buttons. Like this. Control V. It's 5, 6, and one more 7. Okay. Now also I'm going to add a vertical space bar in here. Now I'm going to choose all these buttons and I give a vertical layout. Now I choose my list widget and buttons. I give it a horizontal layout. Also choose your main window and give it a vertical layout like this. And I'm going to change these to add, edit, remove, up, down. I have sort. Also I have close. Okay. Now also change the ID of these. This is push button add. This is push button edit. Push button remove. push button up, push button down. Also this is sort, and we have the last one that is clues. Okay, now I have made my application. If I run this, that it should be built and it will run. Okay, now this is my sample application with 7 buttons and a QListWidget. After this, I'm going to find my this project. This is in my Qt project, and my project name is employee. I don't need it as CPP, C++ files, the header files. I just need the UI file user interface. Now I'm going to copy this and paste this in my, you can find, open your Python where you have installed your Python, and in scripts, you can simply paste it in here and copy and replace. Okay. Now I'm going to open the my git bash file because I want to convert my this UI file to Python file. For this, let me in here open git bash here like this, and let me make the size bigger. Now I need to convert my dialog.ui to a Python file. You can simply write pyuic uic5 dialog.ui. The output I give it employee.py. Now it converted successfully, and if I check my file, I should the employee.py should be here, and yeah, you can see employee.py. Now I'm going to copy this and open my PyCharm IDE, and let me just paste it in here like this. Okay. Now this is my file. Let me remove these comments, and let me just check the settings for my font. Yeah, the font is good. Now if I run this, you can see now this is the main design that we have built it in Qt Creator. Now the first thing, I need some changes in here. You need to import from PyQt5 Qt widgets, import QDialog, and also you need to import from PyQt5 Qt GUI, import QIcon. Okay. Also, you need to change this object to QDialog, and in here I'm going to change the title to employee application. Also, I need to set the window title, dialog dot window icon, not title, Q icon. My icon name is icon.png. Let me run this again. Okay, now I have my employee application and my icon here. The first thing you need to add a employee method. I'm going to add the employee, and for the employee, the first thing I'm going to define a new variable in here, and by default I want to add some names in my list widgets. John, Tom, and I want to add these names, and now you can simply add self.listWidgets dot add items and self.employ. Now let me run this. Oh, sorry, I forgot to call my method in here. Self.employ. It's big. Self.employ. Now let me run this. Okay, now I have some names in here. Also, you can set the, for example, if you want the selected item should be by default the first one or the first row, you can do this in a list widget and simply self dot list widget dot set current row to the 0. And if I run this, now it's in 0. If you want, this should be in the second 0. And if you run this, now it's in second 0, but by default I want it should be in the 0th index. Okay, now we are going to work in our add method. If add, the first thing you need to get the row from the list widget. I'm going to get the row current row from the list widget and save this in my row. And after this, I'm going to make two variables, text and OK. And you need to make an input dialog. You need to add this input dialog in here in this section. Q input dialog, and let me bring it in here. Okay, Q input dialog dot get text. It needs some parameters. The first one is self, and the second one is the name. I give it employ dialog. Also, I need enter employee name like this. Okay. Now I'm going to make an if condition. If OK and text is not none. If this is not none, I'm going to insert the item in my list widget dot insert item and the specified row, and the text and the value should be from the input dialog from the text. Okay, and now I'm going to connect this in my push button. In here, I need to self dot push button add dot collect dot connect self dot add. Let me run this and check this. And if I click on add, and you can enter employee name, I'm going to add a name of Bob. Yeah, you can see now Bob. I'm going to add another name. Okay, now you can see another name is added in a specified row. If you want to add a name in here, you can select the row and you can add, for example, you can add a random like this. It's added. After this, I'm working on edit. For edit, I need to define a new method in here. Def edit. And for this, I'm going to make a row. I need to get the current row, and I need to make an item variable and get the item from the row. Dot list widget dot item from the row. Okay, now like previous, make an if condition. If item is not none, if it is not none, I'm going to make two variables, string and OK, and Okay, now I make an input dialog dot get text. The first one is self, and the second one is employee dialog, and the third one is the edit employee name. Edit employee name, and also I need to add a QLine edit in here. QLine edit, and in the section I should make the line edit to normal. QLine edit dot normal, and the last one is item dot text. Okay, now we are going to make another if condition. If item let me check this. No, if okay and string is not none. Let me check this first. And if this is not none, we are going to set the text to our string variable item dot set text to the item set text to the string, like this. Okay, now let me connect this and hopefully we don't get an error. Self dot push button edit dot collect dot connect self dot edit. Now let me run this, and if I click on edit, you can see that I am receiving this, and this is the name. For example, I want to change this to another name, for example Parvis, and if I click on OK, now it is changed. After this, we are going to work on our remove. Okay, for removing, I'm going to create a new method in here, def remove. Def remove, and for this, I'm like previous, I'm taking the row from the current row from the list widget, and also I'm getting the item from the current row. self.listWidget.item and from the row, and now we can make an if condition. If item is none, we need to return this, and after this we are going to make a message box in here. Let me import that, Q message box, and for the message box in here, I'm okay. Now I'm going to make a reply, Q message box dot question. The first one is self, and the second one is title, remove employee, and the third one is we need a confirmation. Do you want to remove employee, and plus string format of item dot text, and in another parameter is the Q message box dot yes, or Q message box dot no. Okay, like this. And now we take the if reply is Q message box dot yes if it is yes, Uh, if it is yes, we are going to take the item from the row item and save it in our item variable self.listWidget.take item from the row, specified row, and after that we are going to delete that item, or we are going to delete that row item. Okay, now let me connect also this self.push.button remove.collect.connect self.remove, and now I'm going to run this. For example, I want to remove this specified. First, let me add an item here. For example, and add another item. For example, I'm going to remove this John Doe. If I click on remove, you can see, do you want to remove employee John Doe? Yes, now it's removed. I want to remove this name Parviz and click, do you want to remove employee Parviz? And if you click on yes, it is removed. Now we are going to work on our app button. For this, I'm going to create a new method in here. Def app, like this. And now, like previous video, I'm going to get the row self.listWidget.current row, and now I'm going to check this. If row is greater and equal from to 1, I'm going to make an item variable in here, and self.listWidget.take item. I'm going to get the item from the specified row, and after this I'm going to insert the item self.listWidget.insert item, insert item at row -1, and add your item here. After this, self.listWidget.set the current row, not the current row, the current item. Set the current item to the item. Now let me check this. And here, self.push.app.collect.connect self.app. Now let me check this. Run employee, and if I bring it app, for example this, now you can see it's an app. Now it's an app. After this, we are going to work on our down. Okay, for down, I am going to create a new method in here at the bottom. Def down. Okay, like app. First, you need to get the row from the list widget.current row, and after this, after getting this, now we are going to make an if condition. If row is less than self.list widget.count -1. If this is the case, we are going to make a new variable, and we are going to take the item at the specified row self.list widget.take item at the row, and after this we are going to insert the item self.list widget.insert item at row +1, and add your item here. Now I'm going to take the list widget and set the current item dot set the current item to the item. Okay, now let me check this and connect this first. And here cell dot push button down. It was, I think, down. Yeah, down dot collect dot connect cell dot down. Let me run my application, and if I want to bring this in the down, you can see now it's in the down. If I bring Tom to down, it's working. If up, it's working. Now after this, we need to work on our sort. For the sort, let me create a new method at the it is a long video. I think it became a long video. Div sort. Now it's easy. You can simply take the list widget and it has a method of sort items. Just like this. Let me also write the clues button, div clues. And for clues, you can simply quit the application. And at the top, let me connect these. Cell dot push button sort dot collect dot connect cell dot sort, and for clues cell dot push button clues dot collect dot connect cell dot clues. Now let me run this, and this will be our complete application. If I click on sort, now it's sorted, and if I close the application, now it's closed. And now our all functionality is working. We can remove an item. Do you want to remove? Yes. We can bring, for example, down an item. We can bring up an item. We can add an item, for example, John Doe. And we can edit an item. You can edit this like this, and you can remove an item, and you can close your application. Thank you guys. If you have any question, please let me know. If you like the video and if you think that this video is useful, so please subscribe to my channel for further good videos. And also thanks again.